Well, good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful day. Hope you're having a blessed day. And as always, I hope you learned something today. Now, I got a text message from a friend asking what she should say to her son, who is now in his early 20s, but he is just now starting to display feelings of anger and resentment and hurt and confusion and feelings of inadequacy over the fact that his father has never really been a part of his life. And when I say never really been, he's not been a part of his life at all. I don't know if he's ever even seen his father. But to start, I would, if I was you in this situation, I would start by telling him about the first time I can recall dealing with abandonment. Then I would tell him about the first time I dealt with abandonment and I feel in myself that I failed. And then I would go to times that I've dealt with abandonment and share with him the ways I felt I succeeded in dealing with that. I would do that because I truly believe that a correct answer cannot come from you. A correct answer cannot come from me. A correct answer cannot come from any external force. He has the correct answer inside of him. What you can do is first and foremost let him know he is not alone in these feelings. Every person, every man, every woman on the face of this planet has dealt with abandonment. Every color, every religion, every regardless of financial standing, everybody has dealt with abandonment. Anyone who hasn't has not matured to a point where probably they can even comprehend abandonment. So he can literally know that he is part of the whole. Everyone has dealt with this. But then also, I said give the examples the way I presented them here because it gives him a context. Whereas you cannot give him the correct answer, you can give him a context to build off of, a baseline, if you will. You can show him that there are multiple ways of dealing with this issue. Some are going to be healthy, some are going to be not so healthy. And whereas the experience is different because you haven't experienced abandonment the way he has, and he hasn't experienced it the way you have, it does give a context. It allows him to at least have examples that he can build off of. Um, that is truly how I would do that. And if I may, I don't have a lot of time here. I would like to send a message directly to him. For those of us who are called and have true callings in this life, and I don't mean to get a good job and, to work your entire life at this good job and then eventually die, you know. Whereas that seems to be what everybody is chasing, that is not at all what God intended. Especially in your case, you are you are smart without education. You are called here to be a leader. And whereas that is beautiful, that is a beautiful gift, every gift is also a curse. To be a leader means you are going to have to be able to to lead. You are going to have to be able to offer guidance to people, which means you are going to have experience in the things that you are trying to guide these people on, which means that you are going to have to go through a lot in order to be able to give the proper guidance. It is through pain that one learns compassion. It is through doubt that one learns to stand in their strength. It is through failure that one learns success. So it is through these negative feelings, emotions, and things that one truly attains greatness. And you have a calling on you, and it's a beautiful thing. It is a very beautiful thing, especially when you look around and you're surrounded by people who are lost and people who do not only not want you're surrounded by sheeple. For lack of a better term, you are surrounded by sheeple. And for one reason or another, there are not many leaders out here. There are not. So stand in it, learn, get stronger, get better, do better, be better. For you are a blessing and this world needs you. And I came from a 2-parent home, but between me and you, player to player, pimp to pimp, my parents were busy. Both my parents held down multiple jobs. And even when it wasn't that, I don't want to say I didn't get much attention, because I did. But, there are certain things you want your parents there for, especially successes. Things you did were good. But I can honestly say, my parents weren't there. Any of my successes. Of course, they were aware of what was happening, but they were never there. My father dropped me off at my first wrestling practice. In fact, let me share this experience with you. Not only is this my first wrestling practice, but this is the first time my father, I felt, ever saw me fail. We show up, we get to wrestling practice. Of course, I've always been a big kid. And so there was nobody in my grade, there was nobody close to my grade that the coach could have me wrestle against to, find my placement. Exactly how good am I? Am I good? So, of course, he pairs me up with someone who is, I think he was like 4 or 5 years older than me. But long story short, I did pretty good for someone who ain't never wrestled. But I got my hat handed to me in front of my father, who never ever Never showed up for another practice, never showed up for a meet, never showed up for an event after that fact. So I could say my father took me to my first day of wrestling practice. He was there long enough to see me fail, which really, really honestly fucked me up for a long time. A long time. Because, he never saw me redeem myself. Which, obviously left me with feelings of abandonment. But in that, I kept wrestling. I kept wrestling. I got better and better. And for a long time, I did get angrier and angrier. But that abandonment pain sparked a drive. I eventually, I became an all-city wrestler. I would have been an all-state wrestler, but bit of a knucklehead. And wrestling at a certain point paled in comparison to football, of course. But anyway, I would have never achieved. I probably would have been just a average or mediocre wrestler if not for that experience. It was that pain and that hurt of that experience that as my grandfather would say, lit a fire under my ass. It made me want to do better. It made me want to never again have to be in a position where my father would see me fail. And in sharing that with you, I would hope what that does for you is allows you to know that whatever feelings of abandonment you have, don't allow those feelings to overcome you and dictate to you what you should do. You take that pain, you take all those feelings, and you turn them into fuel. What do you want to achieve? What do you want? Set your eyes on it, focus on it, and use that pain as fuel to achieve. Trust me when I tell you that pain, that hurt, it is fuel. It is raw fucking gasoline, bro. It is raw gasoline. When everybody else is tired, when everybody else is, I can't move anymore, I can't run another lap, you'll be able to pull from that pain. And you'll be able to go further than anyone else. You'll be able to go harder than anyone else. You'll be able to get slammed 10 times more than anyone else. Because you can dip into that raw fucking gasoline, because that's what it is. And that is my advice for you. A lot of times in life you'll find you're going to be abandoned. You're going to be abandoned by your closest friends. You're going to be abandoned by your lovers. You're going to be abandoned by the people you do the most for. And I'm sorry. It fucking sucks. But all of that is fuel. All of it. All of it is intended to not only be fuel, but to teach. It will allow you to stand in your greatness. It will allow you to be a great leader. It will allow you to be able to succeed. And succeed in whatever it is that you want to succeed in. So, one way you may have never actually thought about it like this, but by him not being there, you're better for it. You are better for it. You will be better for it. You are greater for it. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I really got a boogie. I do hope that helps. You know where I'm at. You know my number. Your mama knows where I'm at. Your mama knows my number. I'm always here. So just reach out. You know what I'm saying? Any questions, any concerns? I share freely, my nigga. Always have, always will. But stay strong, and know you are blessed. And know, again, it may seem unfair, but there's a reason for everything. And often we can't see that reason until after the fact. We can't see the good of a shitty situation often until we have come out the other side of that shitty situation and can actually look at all the ways we were able to become better because of that shitty situation. No. But yeah, let me go, brother. Hey, life is beautiful. You're beautiful. You're strong. You are great. And regardless, what anybody says to you, or, hey, I'm here, my nigga, hit me. I got you. I got you if ain't nobody else got you. And fuck them all if they don't like it,